Invincible, number 61. This is Invincible War, The Aftermath. The Invincible War was a major Image crossover event that took place entirely in one issue, Invincible number 60, that destroyed most of the major cities of the world. I thought that issue 60, the big crossover, the big event, was actually pretty disappointing because it was just a bunch of jump cuts and nothing got fleshed out. The battle scenes were all like 1 or 2 panels. You didn't know what happened. Adam Eve, which is Invincible's girlfriend, is very wounded, and I don't know how it happened. I mean, it all happened. A lot of things happened off camera, so to speak, over here. Not over here, over here. This issue, big improvement. The Aftermath is a part 1 of Conquest, and, it looks like, the actual event took place in one issue. A double-size issue, but one issue, and then the Aftermath will be much longer, which is realistic because most, major catastrophic events take place very quickly, and the Aftermath lasts a really long time. I mean, think about, just 9/11. That happened in the span of an hour, and the Aftermath is still going on, so I kind of like that. And one thing that I thought was interesting is that this Viltrumite guy shows up at the end to battle Invincible. Or rather, he shows up, and Invincible probably could have just lied to him, and he would have believed it, because he would have just said, wow, look at all these cities I destroyed, aren't I awesome? And the guy would have went back and been like, this guy's good. But, instead Invincible's really pissed off, and he just wants to hit something really hard. So, Invincible back on track. Very good issue, I highly recommend it. Green Lantern. Of course I'm going to like it. I like it a lot. This is more prelude to the Blackest Night. Green Lantern. We learn a little bit about Agent Orange. We learn a little bit about Fatality, who's a Star Sapphire now. She was in the Sinestro Corps. And a lot of action in this one. A lot of action. The whole thing with the Orange Lanterns is, I thought, how's there going to be a Corps? Because basically the one guy, if he really embodies greed, he would want to keep everything to himself. And he actually does do that. He keeps all the power to himself. And the Orange Lanterns are all constructs of people that he's killed, which I thought was really cool. I like this at the end, where he sees that, Agent Orange here sees that Hal has a blue ring, and he says, I want one. So, of course, highly recommend Green Lantern. I mean, duh. Supergirl. I actually started reading this series when it started a crossover with Action Comics and Superman, the new Krypton crossover. And I've stuck with it because even though it was kind of bad before, it got good during that crossover, and it hasn't really gotten bad since. You find out who Superwoman is in this, and I don't think it makes sense. I think we're going to have to wait till next issue to find out, why, how that even happened. There's a little bit of a throwback to earlier issues of the series where Supergirl was trained by Batman and the Amazons, and she loses her power temporarily to gold kryptonite, and she has to remember her training from Batman, and she uses it to good effect in this issue. So I did enjoy this. No big deal, but I did enjoy it. And lastly, we have Justice Society of America. That's number 26. This issue centers mostly around Stargirl. It's her birthday, and it actually centers mostly around her birthday party. And it's just no action at all, no supervillains, just the Justice Society having a birthday party for Stargirl. It's kind of a cute issue, though it is a little bit of a mess. It jumps around a lot. It tries to get a lot said in only 22 pages. Starman is a hoot. He always will be. I understand that this is Jeff Johns' last issue, which that sucks because I think he made this book what it is, and I think it's been excellent, mostly because Jeff Johns is in the pantheon of comic book gods. But anyway, I do recommend it because it is a quieter issue. If you enjoy just these characters that just happen to be superheroes, just sitting around and being like real people, shopping for ice cream, and having a birthday party and just reminiscing. It's an interesting issue. So, there you have it. I also wanted to give, really briefly, not do a full review, but I wanted to give my opinion of X-Men Origins Wolverine, which I saw today, and I liked it. I know that a lot of people are complaining about it. I know that it's getting kind of mediocre reviews. Some people that were in the theater with me were complaining rather loudly about it, but I found it to be very enjoyable. And basically what I heard is that it was not a great movie, but it was a good movie. It was entertaining, and that's what I got out of it. And I'm not the biggest Wolverine fan, but I'm a big Deadpool fan, and he definitely was the highlight in the movie. And I know that he wasn't in it all that much, but the scenes that did have him were really good. I also enjoyed the other characters like Gambit and Wraith and such. Imagine that, me enjoy Gambit. I think that they should kill off Gambit and replace him with a new version like he is in the movie, because the movie version of Gambit was so much cooler than the regular version of Gambit, and he didn't have like an insanely annoying accent. He actually sounded like somebody from New Orleans, so there you have it. I enjoyed the plot, and I do think that it does share continuity with the other X-Men films, even the first one. It is loosely based on Wolverine Origin, and it does take some liberties, such as replacing Dog Logan with Victor Creed, but it could work, especially how Wolverine lost his memory, and you could fill in the gaps there. So I did enjoy X-Men Origins Wolverine, and I do recommend it. Just don't expect it to be like the greatest comic book movie ever. It's not on the level of like a Watchmen or The Dark Knight or Spider-Man 2 or X-Men 2, but it is on the level of like a Spider-Man 1. It was very enjoyable. So there you have it. See you next week.